Hey there, guys. How are you? I hope you're doing fine and welcome back to the Divine. Today, in this video, I've got something really great because we are going to be looking at where you are in life and where you're heading. And I also want to offer tons of advice and things that I have learned as well that I feel like are going to be relevant in your pile. So I hope you're as excited as me. In front of me, there are 4 different piles. I started the video off with just the cards to let you see, are you feeling drawn to any of the cards before I put something on. Now I did put some crystals on. Sadly, I don't know all the names, but if you want to help me out, you can comment them down below. And even if that is not specific enough for you, I'm even going to roll the dice and get some numbers for each pile if you're really having a hard time to choose, all right? Who knows, maybe also one of these numbers that I got means something special to some of you, and you just know, oh yeah, that's my number. You can also listen to that pile, all right? By the way, I have not left YouTube and I'm not looking to leave YouTube, but right now I'm in an experimental phase of my life. I'm a Sagittarius. I need to get out there. Currently, I'm traveling around the world. So if you want to see a little bit more of my life, you can feel free to follow me on Instagram. Also, I do want to say that at the moment, I'm not taking any clients for personal reading, so please beware of scammers in the comment section pretending to be me. If you see someone with my name and profile picture telling you to message a certain number, it is never me. With that being said, I'm asking you to please head over to the description and get the timestamp to your reading. Nowadays, we have these chapters on YouTube. Technically, you can just click on them. You don't really need the description anymore, but yeah. I hope you have a lot of fun watching this video, and I hope there will be something useful for you in here. And I'll see you at your reading. Hi there, group 68. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to quickly give you the assessment that you need, and we'll see where you in life, where are you headed for your future. Okay, what will your future life look like? So beginning with the number 68, I just want to say this might be like a crucial point in your life where you're going to have to make a big decision in regards to your future. And I'm really advising you not to make any quick decisions, to really be sure with what you want to do, because I'm sensing this is like a huge change. This is a decision that's going to affect you for the rest of your life, okay, for years to come. So that is why it's important to really become anchored in what you want and become secure in this decision. Maybe you're about to face a really crucial decision, like where am I headed with my life, okay? So you really need to be sure that you know who you are as a person, practice some self-management and also some organization. Organize your thoughts. If they are very cluttered, become secure and anchored in your decision before you make it, when it's like a big choice of what career do I want to take, where do I want to go, where do I want to study, where do I want to live. I don't know what it is for you, but yeah, even if it's like, who do I want to be with? It's like you have to become sure in this decision before you commit to, because there will be a big commitment that's coming up. Okay, that's just what I want to say. But in general, I would say you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to because of your ambition, okay, as long as you stay disciplined. So let's take a look at some of the tarot cards for you guys. That's what we're going to start off with. We've got the Hanged Man, a little bit in reversed, the 9 of Swords, the 10 of Cups, and the 9 of Cups. Which is really interesting because I can see that you are maybe someone who overthinks quite a bit, who loves running every single option out in your mind and plan everything ahead if possible. And maybe the energy that I got right away from like the number as well was more so your way of thinking. So maybe that's something that you always like to do anyway. But let me tell you this, you guys need to differentiate between this intuitive calling that you have for things that you know is there and your anxiety, like your ego trying to get in the way, making you feel stuck and making you feel like a slave to your mind. Does that make sense? You need to differentiate between those two. So when you say no to a certain situation, think about it. Do you actually think it's not meant for you, or are you just scared? Like, differentiate. Like, are you just scared of change? On the other hand, when something comes up that you are interested in, any kind of opportunity, think, is this something that you are genuinely interested in? Like, that's genuinely good for you? Or is it like a temporary gratification that's going to make you suffer in the end? So that's what you're always going to have to consider, I feel like, moving into your future. And I am going to say there's a very, very big decision ahead that you're going to have to make. Now I'm being confirmed this with the cards. And this is something very, very scary. Like, you guys are honestly pushed out of your comfort zone. Like, for a while now, you have been living within the same conditions and living this same steady life, doing the same things, having this routine. And that's good. You know, you have succeeded with this kind of lifestyle, whatever you were trying to accomplish. I feel like very soon, yeah, you've accomplished that, but like the next chapter is ahead and you're going to have to make a very, very big decision, a very scary decision on how do I start this new life off? Like, now that I have, maybe some of you guys are finishing school, or you are even thinking about moving some other place, or you have this idea of a big career change, whatever it is for you, now like you have all these opportunities presenting themselves to you. And I just want to tell you, don't get scared of like the overflow of opportunities. You are going to know what's the right thing for you to do. You are going to know what the right path is if you just listen to this intuitive calling. Oftentimes, the most obvious answer is actually the right one. Like, you don't always have to overthink. Like, you're just like, okay, I feel like doing this. I just know in my heart this is right for me. And yeah, that's it. Like, your intuition, you're developing it to a certain extent where you can just say, okay, this is good for me. This is right for me. Or maybe there will be some sort of point in the future where you're able to do this. Like, you don't need to do much thinking anymore. It's like you are taking control over this aspect of yourself that likes to keep you stuck, that likes to make you live in fear, you know, scared of things. That's no longer you. Because you see, oftentimes or most times, the answer is right in front of you. Okay? The Hangman, it was in reverse. So like, that's what I was saying. The Hangman in reverse, it just tells me, you know, the answer is like right in front of you. And this calling is going to become stronger and stronger. It is asking for your attention. There's going to be a point where you can't ignore it anymore. Like, you know what you want to do with your life and where you want to go. And this is going to keep on intensifying until you recognize this calling, okay? Until you do something about it. And I feel like maybe this anxiety might be there until you finally push through. Like, yeah, you want to live this life, but you're also a little scared of what's gonna happen. That's perfectly normal, okay? The change is good for you. You need this change. This is like the next step to your life. You have spent a long time, I feel like, introspecting and just taking in information. Now it is time for you to move into another direction. Now it is time for you to take this next step. And of course it can seem intimidating when you don't really know where you're headed. So yeah, for you guys, I can see you are basically a very skillful person. Like, I feel like you have a lot of different talents and interests. And let me assure you, you can do like whatever you want. You can create anything you want, especially when it comes to your career. I'm just getting that the door is open for you. Like, all the doors are open for you. Like, you could genuinely develop into so many different ways. And that's maybe the hard part. If you're facing this kind of decision, okay, well, what do I actually want to do now with my life? You can do anything that you set your mind to. You have, like, the world is your oyster. That's what I'm seeing. So the challenge now is to figure out, what is this calling inside me? Where is it taking me? Okay. For you guys, I'm going to say the most obvious one is maybe the way to go, but think it through, become secure in that decision. And then when you are, go ahead and choose it. Okay. For some reason, I'm also getting like your family is very important to you, or maybe creating a family with someone is important to you. Like you want to have a family, and it's like everything's going to align for you as long as you follow your own inner calling, as long as you do whatever you feel like your soul is telling you to do, not listening to what other people have to say. For some reason, I'm just getting that you have been working on yourself for so long now, or maybe you have been developing some skills for so long now it's finally time to put them to use. Or maybe you've been reading so many self-help books, or maybe listening to so many podcasts, working on your self-love, something like that, now is finally the time to put that to use. And that can seem a little scary. Or maybe you've been preparing so long to finally put yourself out there, and now it's like you're ready to date again, okay? And now you're ready to meet people again. Now it's like the hermit phase is over and you can do anything you want. Now it's time to work again. Now it's time to date again. Now it's time to not be lazy, okay? It's the opposite of that. Like now is the time to live your life again and put yourself out there. And when you choose to do so, let's talk about dating. You're gonna have so many options, because people are gonna see someone that is truly in alignment with themselves, that is in love with themselves, that not in a narcissistic way, but that just genuinely knows what they're doing. Like you're going to come off as someone that is very ambitious, that is in alignment with their goals, that has a clear outlook of what they want out of their life because of that decision that you've made. You've listened to your inner calling, and people are going to see that you're in alignment with your purpose, that you're doing what you're meant to do. This is very magnetic, and people are going to be drawn to you because of that, because you are yourself, because you're simply doing what you're meant to do and what you want to do. So yeah, when it comes to dating, you are going to be finding like-minded people. And I know this might be a little farther ahead in the future, but I'm also getting like you are meeting special people who are genuinely interested in creating a relationship or even a family with you, because maybe you have been around a lot of people who just didn't stick, like they just didn't stick around, they just weren't there for long, or like something always happened. Like now I feel like the more secure you are with yourself and the less attention you pay to like fixing other people, or maybe even try to fix yourself for other people. That's the most stupid thing you can do, obviously. But the more attention that you put on yourself and being happy with your life, then people are gonna see that and they're gonna like you for this. Because no one likes people pleaser. Okay, think about that. Do you like a people pleaser? No. So why would you try to please others? It's like, do whatever you want. So just let me repeat it one more time for you guys. Right now is a critical timing, or very soon there's going to be a critical timing where you're going to have to make a big decision. But as long as you trust this inner calling, you are in for success and fulfillment, okay? You have the choice. You can do anything you want with your life, but if you do what you're truly meant for, and you're going to notice by listening to your inner voice, you can only succeed, and it's going to be a great life for you guys, okay? So much fulfillment coming up for you, and everything seems to align, the 9 along with the 10 of cups. That's beautiful. You just need to step out of your comfort zone. Push yourself to do things that make you uncomfortable, that are in alignment with this new lifestyle that you want to create. So if you want improvement to your body, you need to hit the gym. You can't just sit at home and wishing and trying to manifest the body. I mean, that's great intention, but you need to put in some work as well, okay? So like do whatever it is that you're scared of. You want to get to a certain result, but you're not willing to take the action, then it's not going to happen. Like whatever it is that you want in your life, take the action. No matter how scary it is, you're going to notice it's always a lot scarier in your mind than when you actually do it. Or if it's to move to another country or like another place, you need it. You need it for your for your own sake. It's for your own good. You're just becoming a more authentic person, and I love you for that. So let's get some more cards in. We've got, look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. We've got emotions are running high, the super moon, and it's time to release negativity. So yeah, I just want to encourage you one more time, look at the bigger picture of your life and where are you headed? Stop putting so much importance on like temporary situations, or maybe you're someone like the smallest detail might ruin your day, or like if something doesn't go your way, it's like your day is ruined. You're trying to get away from this. You're trying to see your life in the big picture. And I feel like you're adopting this kind of like attitude. Like, so what? So what if it doesn't work out? If they're not the right person for me, if I don't get accepted into the job, well, so what? Like, I feel like you're starting to realize like everything that happens is exactly the way it's meant to be. And you are becoming more open-minded for different opportunities. Okay, you're no longer like fixed on just a certain outcome that you have to have your way. You're trying to figure out where you want to go, and then everything surrounding that, you remain very open. Okay, and as to how it's delivered. So yeah, this will be also a very emotional timing for you. I feel like putting yourself out there again can be very challenging because it's gonna make you vulnerable. It's gonna make you emotional. It's like your emotional side is coming out. You are getting out of your comfort zone, and I feel like that is going to be a little tricky, a little challenging at first, but is totally necessary for you to progress in life, to really get to the place that you eventually want to be. I just see you experiencing so much sensation, feeling things that you've never felt before. And whether that is good or bad, it is all part of the cycle of life, and you need to embrace it. But it feels like someone has become like numb to their emotion, like you haven't even felt any emotion at all. Like you've maybe isolated yourself, or you've just like avoided certain situations because they would make me feel a certain way, and like you're just maybe comfortable with the way that things were, but now that's over. You have to put yourself out there again, and you're going to be experiencing so many beautiful memories and maybe even some hardship, and that's okay because that's the way that life is. And yeah, it's time to stop with this negative self-talk, this negative thinking. I know controlling thoughts might be hard to do, and that's pretty hard to avoid, but you just have to realize that you're not your mind. You are not your thoughts. So when you're thinking thoughts like, oh, I can't do this, you can just laugh at it and say, you know what? My higher self is saying, I know for a fact I can do this and I can overcome anything. Even if your mind tries to fool you, you just have to realize that that's not you, okay? That's your ego trying to keep you constrained, trying to control you. But this is no longer you. You are now acting in in alignment with your higher self. So let's get you some more cards. We've got instinct, grounding, and activation. With all those life experiences that you're currently going through, that you're putting yourself through, you're getting to know yourself better. This is what it's all about. And this is going to be the foundation of your future. Like you are just a little seed or a sprout, and you're going to anchor yourself in the ground. You can only learn about yourself by putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. Because if you always remain with what you already know, there is no room for growth. So do things that you're scared of. Do things that you never thought you were going to do or you were able to do. Okay? I feel like a lot of you are underestimating yourselves because you can do so much more. Or like maybe with your entire life, it is going to be so much more fulfilling than you would have ever thought if you put yourself out there and learn about yourself. Like right now is a period of learning by doing. You're putting yourself in all these situations, and they teach you something. Every person you meet is your teacher in a way. You can learn something from them. You realize how real and different humans are, and that's beautiful. Not everyone is going to agree with you, and that is beautiful. You're still anchored in your beliefs, and they cannot be shaken by anybody, okay? And you're not offended just because someone might think differently and someone might not accept you for who you are. That's fine, That's fine. You're secure in yourself, and that's all that matters. The only person that you need to please is yourself, your higher self, you should say. So yeah, when you're doing something, think of like, what would the ideal version of myself do? Okay? Are you currently acting as the ideal version of yourself, or are you acting out of this person that was created by your ego that lives in fear and that is too scared to do anything? Would you like to be constrained in your life, or would you like to live your life to the fullest? It's up to you, but just follow this like inner voice. Again, this instinct, you're always gonna know what to do. I'm gonna give an example from my personal life, what I'm doing. I'm currently in a very, very interesting phase of my life where I just need to put myself out there and travel to several different countries. I've traveled to like a different country every month for the past few months. And I never planned too far ahead, because for me personally, the next country that I'm supposed to go to, it always emerges out of nowhere. Like this opportunity, it always emerges out of nowhere. Or maybe there's a certain event that just comes up where I'm like, yep, I know I'm meant to go there. Like I never planned too far ahead, and the opportunities, they just present themselves to me. And I love exploring different cultures and going to different places and seeing different cities and countries. And I don't need to plan that far ahead, because there's always a certain something that's like going on in that specific month where I'm like, okay, now that's the next destination for me. Oh, my chair. The opportunities always reveal themselves to me, and that's what lets me know, okay, I'm meant to go here next. So you should adapt this kind of thinking too, not just with traveling, with anything. You don't have to plan your entire life out. Let things happen to you, and always follow your instinct. And then you know the opportunities, they're going to present themselves to you, and you're going to know, hey, this is what's meant for me. I'm going to go after it. You know, communicate with the universe. Okay. If you need help, ask God for help. And if there's one thing that I learned, is that if you ask for help, the universe always delivers. It's like they never fail. It might not always be in the exact fashion that you wanted it to be, but if you think about it, everything will always go your way. And if something doesn't go your way, see it as a protection. If you desperately want one person and you're trying to manifest them into your life, but it's just not coming, think about it. Maybe there's a higher reason behind this. Maybe this person is just not meant for you after all. Or maybe this career that you wanted so badly is just not meant for you at all. Whatever is meant for you will always work. Will always work out for you. Whoever is meant for you will always be there. You don't have to chase them. It's very magnetic to just accept things for what they are. Be fine with any outcome always, okay? Now we're just going to see, we're gonna draw some tea leaves for you, and we're gonna ask what is gonna be a defining factor in this person's future? What's gonna be an important asset for 68? Oh. So you have the spare, heartache over what you no longer have, okay? So this is certainly going to be an important asset. Like the heartache, you might see it as something bad. You might see it as something that you don't want, but think about it. Every pain makes you a stronger person and teaches you what not to do. You can only evolve if you suffer. I know that sounds super hard, but maybe I'm meant to tell you this message. So yeah, this heartache that you have been experiencing is like only anchors you more, like only makes you get to know yourself better. Like you're the tree that's being anchored into the ground. This is part of what's teaching you about yourself. You have the box, you will receive a gift, maybe an opportunity that's just going to present itself to you. And you need to recognize it and catch it when it comes along and say yes. Say yes more often and say no when something's not right for you, okay? But don't do things because you're scared. Do things because you know they're genuinely meant for you. Now, we are going to end this reading by giving you another message from the Nature Whispers Oracle. Let's see, what does this person need to hear about their future? What advice? How can they get started? What advice do you have for this group? Be gentle with yourself, okay? You might be very ambitious, you might have a lot of expectations, or might sometimes overwork yourself, or be mad at yourself because something didn't work out the exact way that you planned it. Be gentle with yourself, okay? Not everything always goes your way, and that's fine. Stop beating yourself up about something that happened like a year ago. This is no longer you. You constantly evolve from everything that's happening. You're no longer defined by your past actions. You're only defined by what you do in the present. You need to release yourself from all these ties that you still have to your past. Like, oh, I did this in the past and this happened to me in the past. You need to stop identifying with it because you're looking into the future to remain anchored in the present with a certain kind of giddiness, excitement about the future, okay? No longer this fear. A time of new birth and energy is upon you. Draw on the lessons you have learned to assist you in moving forward. Notice how you have grown and changed as a result of everything that has transpired. Gather information as you go and be ready for a new adventure. All signs are positive for successful outcomes at this time. Thank you so much, guys, for being here with me. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like, comment down below what pile you chose, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see my videos on your feed in the future, okay? And I know you've got this. This is super exciting. Just trust your gut instinct and everything is gonna be fine. You're no longer scared and you're no longer defined by your past, okay? All that matters is what you do in the present. Goodbye, guys. Hey there, if you chose this group, 11, especially if you did so before seeing the number, then this message is certainly meant for you. I'm going to give you a quick assessment of where you're at in life and where you're headed for your future. So let's take a look. By the way, I just want to give you a bunch of information that I'm getting right away. Obviously, based on the number 11, I would say that is the number of divine intervenence. It's like you are seeing the universe, you are seeing God in everything that you look at. You can recognize how it is part of God, how it is like an expression of the universe. And by kind of like having this X-ray vision, you are so connected to every single thing on this earth. And I am going to say this makes you very magnetic. Like, I have this feeling that you just have a very magnetic aura. This could be based on the law of least effort that you are utilizing in your life or about to be utilizing in your life, because when you don't necessarily need something, you always seem to get it. The more desperate you are for something, the more you're trying to make things work, the more likely they are to fail. So like, if you are fine with any outcome, then most things are going to certainly go your way. I don't think this is something I need to teach you. I feel like I'm just simply reading what you're doing. So I just want to explain to you here why that is that you're attracting all these big things, these blessings into your life. It's because you don't care, because you don't really have any attachment, any need for them. It's because you are happy with your life in the simple way. By being grateful for the simple things, by being content with where you are then evolving from this to the next stage. Because of what I said earlier, your angels or the universe or God or whoever you believe in is always by your side. It's like it's always watching and you can feel their presence. You know that no matter what you do, what kind of decision you decide to take in life, you're going to be supported. And if things don't work out, you're also going to know that is because you're being supported and the universe knows what's good for you and what isn't. And that is why some things, they might not work out. So what I'm getting is that you are just intuitively trusting yourself to sort of guide you through life. You're always going to know what the next step is if you just tune in. Always going to know what to do next, okay? But let's see what your tarot cards say. So we got the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Magician. This is so beautiful. Let's just talk about the Magician a little more, because he is the embodiment of like a master manifestor. Like, he literally, he creates his dream life. And I really do believe that there's some sort of key realization that you have, that you really can have anything you want in life as long as you're not attached to it, because that only creates suffering. Let me just say, you are responsible. You are the one in control. If you're living a good life or a bad life, if you're happy with it, if you're struggling, your choices, it's all to some degree your responsibility. If you're feeling bad, if you're feeling good, it depends on the kind of meaning that you assign to these events. Let me just try to explain to you what I see happen here in your future. So, you are having a very, very social and exciting phase of your life. It's like you're meeting people, and that is important. You're putting yourself out there, you're going with the flow. I'm getting there's a lot of maybe cultural exchange, there's a lot of getting to know people that you never would have even gotten a chance to meet otherwise. You're taking some type of action, maybe you're going places or you're joining some type of community or some type of group or some course, and based on that, because of that, you're meeting people that you never even thought was possible to meet, like all different kinds of minds there, okay? So it is important for you to be able to withstand, to become firm in what you believe in. You're going to meet many, many different people. That is absolutely necessary. That's actually exactly the way that it's meant to be, from all around the world, from all walks of life. And not everyone is going to agree with you. And that is okay. That's fine, because people just have different opinions, but you just need to learn to stand on top of that, to be secure in who you are and what you believe in, and not let anyone else disrupt that. Just because someone might have a different opinion, okay, and so what? That's their opinion, it's still valid, and so is yours. You don't have to adapt. So with this realization that you're having, it could also create some conflict. That's what I'm seeing, because then when two strong-willed people come together, it can create a little disruption, right? So now all of a sudden, you're so convinced of everything and you don't even want to hear another opinion. But then at the same time, if the other person is like that too, you can clash. So you have to, I feel find a middle ground. Take in the information from other people, even if they don't agree with you. I feel like now you might be going to the next stage beyond this. Hey, I know what's right for me and I don't need to hear what other people have to say. I don't need to interact with them if I don't like them. Now I feel like you're taking things to the next stage and you're communicating with people, even maybe purposely, because they have a different opinion from yours, because you want to know what is it like. I feel like you're genuinely developing your skill of listening, your ability to listen to others, even when their opinion might be contrary to yours. Okay? Maybe in your day-to-day life, this is what you have to do. You have to deal with people who are of a different opinion or of a different viewpoint than you. So now that is the next step in your life, purposely putting yourself in these situations that might be a little uncomfortable. But for you, I feel like a big part of your purpose is actually working with other people. And how can you work with others when you don't even try to understand them beyond your own viewpoint? This is what you've been working on, not caring about what others think, becoming so secure in the way that you see things. And that is great, that's good. But also, if you genuinely want to understand other people, you're going to have to go beyond that, beyond what you believe is right, beyond what you believe is good and bad, okay? It's you're no longer seeing things black and white, and you're a little expanding on that a little bit. So then I do want to say that in your life, you're going to be creating a lot of privacy in the near future, or in the future in general. If you currently have this phase of exploring yourself, especially with different people, I would say these cards indicate that you're actually going to be settling with one person, okay? Take the information however you want, even if you are not looking for a committed relationship, but I'm just getting that in the future, there will be one person that you will be spending most of your time with when we're talking romantically, because I see you don't really have the need to have 100 friends anymore to be super popular. That doesn't matter to you. Okay, or at least in this future reference point that we have here, it's like you are finding a very, very good match for you. They might also be a little different to what you're used to or what you used to maybe date in the past, but that's okay because you see their mind, the way they think is actually amazing, and you don't have to, you know, put them into certain categories. Oh, like I would only date people when they're this way and when they're that way. It's like you meet a really special person and it just works out with them, and it's like you are able to create a more private life with this person. Like I have a very private relationship. For some reason I'm getting that's important to you. Like you don't need to broadcast it to the entire world when you're liking someone. That's the kind of information that I'm getting. Or there's something about a need of privacy that you're asking others to respect, or maybe that they ask you to respect, and it's like you have the same value when it comes to this. Like you just enjoy being with each other and you just respect this sense of privacy that you're looking for. Good. So yeah, even if you're a more open person who likes to share everything with the world, it's like there's a new element coming in here, something very, very private between you and another person, a connection that is worth exploring. All right. So yeah, I do want to say then, whenever you are falling out with someone, it doesn't necessarily have to be this person, but it's just like a message in general. You are very strong-willed now. That's what I'm getting. Like, you have developed your confidence to a certain extent, your viewpoints, you're very rigid. But I think, wouldn't it be nice to also like see other people's viewpoints? Because like you can only learn if you're open to communicate with people that are very different from you, that have different viewpoints. You can only learn. You can never learn when you only stay in this little bubble of what you of how you want people to be and what kind of people you hang out with. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's comfortable, but it doesn't really help you grow as a person. And I'm just saying that because I'm sensing like something about your purpose has to do with like meeting all different kinds of people. Creating a healthy compromise often is something maybe that you are going to be learning here in the future. Let's take a look at some oracle cards. We've got luck is on your side, communication is key, and believe in the impossible. Well, 1111, angel number. Now we're getting luck is on your side, believe in the impossible. I'm not sure if it's like a romantic message or if you could apply this to like multiple layers of your life, but I'm just getting you're meeting someone very special that shows you a side of life that you haven't seen before, like in that kind of way. It's like maybe you are someone who doesn't really want to commit to one person, or I don't know why this is this like fear of settling, but it's like this person makes it so natural. It's like you want it so bad. You want to be with this person and maybe no one else. But yeah, I'm just getting this is a very fated meeting, and it's gonna happen at the right timing when it's meant to. Maybe with a little delay, or maybe this is going to happen actually in such a serendipitous way that you never would have thought is possible. Like, if you're not there like at the right time, at the right place, then maybe you wouldn't have met this person, this special someone that comes into your life. It could be a fated meeting like that. 1111, that also makes me think of it. Like there's a lot of things that the universe is aligning for you, not just relationship wise. Like everything in your life is going to be aligned for you because you're not so rigid in your beliefs and you're not so focused on like one specific outcome. It's like you let the universe take over. You invite God into your life or whoever you believe in, okay? And you let them do the work. You let the universe deliver the people to you. You let the universe deliver the opportunities to you. It's like you don't need to do much, but when you do see the opportunity, you also need to take action. You're asking your mom to cook you a meal, but then when she has it prepared, you also need to eat it. Otherwise, what a waste of a meal, right? What a waste of food. The same way, you're asking the universe for opportunities, but then when you see them, but then when you get the opportunity, you also need to get it, okay? You need to eat your meal that the universe just prepared for you. You need to say, okay, I know it's meant for me. it's do or die. It's this moment or none. Like, I only have this one moment. I need to make it work. Okay? And how do you know if something is meant for you? Tune in and you're always gonna know. It's like your heart will tell you, your intuition will tell you, okay, this is something that's truly meant for me. I want to go for it. It's like a lot of these very timed moments for you that you are asking for and that you are now needing to consider, that you're now needing to put some attention to. It's like when you ask the universe to bring things to you, take action when they finally appear. That's what the message that I'm getting. Okay? So yeah, communication is key. I feel like the solution to a lot of these things, like not seeing eye to eye with people, is a lack of communication, a lack of wanting to understand the other person's viewpoint. This is just why I'm saying, if you are a person that is very, very opinionated, that's good. But are you also taking into consideration that some other people might have a different viewpoint? Or like, do you even want to hear other people's point of view? Because I'm just thinking, if you're listening to where other people are coming from, you're going to be learning so much from that. You don't have to agree with it, but it's just like, let people talk, let people say what they want to say. And yeah, you'll see there's something in that. There's going to be something in that where you're like, oh wow, I would have known if I didn't just listen and let them talk, you know? So yeah, a lot of fated events are going to be happening for you at the right place at the right time. You need to believe in the impossible, and you are good to go as long as you know the universe will send in the right people into your life when you're meant to meet them, and the universe will send in the right opportunities when you're meant to have them. And if you realize afterwards, oh, maybe this wasn't actually meant for me, it was an illusion, okay, then you know, and that's fine. But it's better than going the rest of your life thinking, oh, what could have happened if I talked to this person, if I said yes to this opportunity, if I took the trip to that place, what, all the things that could have happened. Like, you don't want to live with that. So just take the action. And even if you realize, okay, this actually wasn't meant to be, that's good, because you have your answer right there, okay? It's either you're taking an opportunity that proves to be significant for like the rest of your life and that changes you as a person and you get something out of it, or you realize, okay, it's not meant for you and you can move on. Another opportunity will come. Okay, so I hope I was able to explain that to you. And yeah, let's see. We've got a few more cards. We've got the Waterfall, Effortless, the Full Moon, Completion, and the Childhood, About Innocence. So yeah, what can I say? This is so beautiful. It started off with a card of effortless, like things, they are just happening for you. It's like your life works in effortless ways. You don't have to do a lot of thinking at all, like a lot of overthinking. I'm talking about these unnecessary thoughts, like when your mind just needs to find something to worry about. Did you realize that the mind always likes to find, even if it's the littlest thing that it can worry about? And as soon as something bigger, something more important, or like something worse happens, the previous thing becomes like insignificant. All of a sudden, that doesn't matter anymore because your mind now found something bigger to worry about. The reason I'm saying this is I just want you to like consider how irrelevant these worries actually are. Because there could always be something worse that you could worry about. And let's say it did come up. You sure would. So just think about, like, is it even worth it to worry about things as little as this? Like, honestly, you didn't get a text back, or your food wasn't great, or you bought the wrong thing. So think about, like, looking at the bigger picture. Does it even matter what I'm worrying about right now? Will it still be relevant in a week from now? In a month from now? No. Most likely, no. Most of the time, all these little inconveniences, it's kind of like a waste of thought to like keep on thinking about it, like running this loop in your mind. Like, most things are genuinely so irrelevant and they don't deserve to be thought about as much as we do. So yeah, I am seeing that your life is very soon reaching this point of completion. First, I'm gonna say, like, I feel like over a long period of time, you've done a lot of self-care, you've done a lot of working on yourself. That's not something that I need to teach you how to do. It's like you are already there. You have healed, I'm getting you have healed, or you are healing, and You have taken all the steps necessary to create your dream life, and you're on this path of fulfillment. And you will be reaching some sort of point of completion very soon where everything has just aligned for you. You have the job that you wanted, you have the type of relationship that you wanted to be in, or if you wanted to be single, well, you will be happy living your best life by yourself, whatever it is that you had in mind for yourself. But also when it comes to that, just wanted to say, a lot of you guys, even if you did plan on being single, are going to meet someone very special that's going to question this belief that you have. Do I actually want to be single? Or, well, if it's the perfect person, why not just enjoy my time with them? Why not just be with them, okay? But that's just a side note. But like, genuinely, everything's aligning for you. Everything's being completed. It's like the puzzles are finally being put together. You've done the work on yourself, and you realize that nothing should have such an amount of power over you that it can change the way that you feel. Like, nothing is more powerful than you. I'm just seeing a lot of you guys are embarking on a lot of adventures very soon. Like, you're just gonna have a lot more fun in life than you maybe had in the past few months or even years. Yeah, you're gonna get this feeling of innocence back, this feeling of, oh, this is new to me, this is exciting. This is actually something to embrace, because I'm just getting, maybe you have been doing the same things over and over, and you are very confident in these things now. Like, you know these things inside and out, but there's something, an element of newness here as well. Okay, sorry guys, so my phone pretty much stopped recording. It said that my iPhone needs to cool down before I can continue. So I think I lost like 1 or 2 minutes of footage. What a bummer, because I had such a funny moment on camera, because I reached into this bag and I asked, what is that one key element that is going to be defining for this person's future? And I got the key. So yeah, the key is the key, and it's about successful outcomes to your problems. So one thing that you're learning is really this skill of problem solving. You realize that no matter how difficult, how complex a situation might seem, there's always an answer. There's always a solution to it. Technically, you never have to worry about anything, because think about it. You have survived until this point. Has worrying ever got you anywhere? No, you're still alive after all the hardship that has happened in your life. After everything that you've gone through, you're still alive. You're listening to me saying this right now, which means you're still alive. So just think of it like this, like, whether you worry or not, that's not going to change anything. You're still going to survive the situation, okay? It's kind of like a waste of your energy to keep thinking about the same thing over and over. And you are developing your problem-solving skills, and you just realize that there's this answer for everything. That's what I'm getting. Second one I drew was the rose. So there is confirmation here for a romance that's going to be happening very soon. I think it's a very special person that allows you to get private with them, and where you genuinely are not scared to commit to them. It's like this feeling is mutual. You genuinely like each other that much that you just want something more private, off of social media. Like, no one really needs to know about this. This is between you and them. At least for a while in the beginning, it's very personal, and you're just getting to know someone on a whole new level, on a very private level. You're maybe revealing your most private secrets, or like things that you would never tell anyone else. It's like you're really able to communicate to this person in a way that you haven't with other people. This person just makes it so easy for you to reveal your most private self, your inner self to them. And this is what's so beautiful. Certainly mutual feeling. Now we're going to end this reading with an advice card. We're going to ask, what can this person, number 11, do to get it all started? What can I do now? And this is a card of expansion. That makes me think, put yourself out there, take a little leap of faith. You might not always know the answer to everything, and that's okay. Like, when you do something, when you embark on a journey, when you decide to buy a new computer, when you decide to go on a date with a person, when you decide to cook something for the first time, you never know if it's going to work out in the end. You never know if it's going to be good, but you should try it anyway. Why'd you have fear of it, you know? you need to learn, even if something doesn't go your way, it's okay. You can learn something from it, okay? So you need to be fine with failure. That's the kind of thing I'm getting. And then nothing can stop you. You're literally unstoppable. If you are fine, even if things don't work out, if you're like, okay, I'm gonna try whatever, and even if things don't go my way, I'm not going to be mad. I'm still going to embrace it for what it is because it taught me something. That's the kind of attitude that you need to adapt. But you need to put yourself out there, do things that make you uncomfortable, do things that allow you to expand, that allow you to see viewpoints beyond your own. You're currently moving, evolving, and going through cycles in your life. Attune and align yourself with the rhythms of nature around you. This is an exciting time with new beginnings, growth, and changes. There are many settings that will provide for inner development and expansion. Pay attention to everything that's going on around you and the effect it is having on you. Consider environmental issues or use this as an opportunity for new studies. It is a good idea to recognize the need for extra rest and personal care while integrating new energies, so you are ready for important messages and opportunities. Just as in nature, you too have seasons of growth and maturity. Life is a cycle. There's good and bad situations, and you're learning that all of them are useful for you. You're no longer scared of anything. You can put yourself out there in these situations that might scare you a little bit, but that's okay. It's all for your growth. You're able to communicate with people even if their views are different from your own. You're no longer scared. You can debate. You can have a healthy adult debate about things. Okay? Yeah. And on top of that, you're going to find someone, I feel like, that appreciates you for just that you can have these open conversations with. Now that might be a result of it. Yeah, you're able to reveal your most private part, your most private self to this person because you're now able to have these types of conversations. All right, thank you so much guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, let me know down below. Let me know what pile you chose. I'd love to know. I like this video, and if you want my future videos in your feed, feel free to subscribe. Thank you guys and have a good day. Hey guys, if you chose this beautiful rose quartz, then this is going to be a reading. Okay, number 48. We'll see. I'm going to give you the assessment of where you're currently at in life and see where you're headed. So I'm just going to start off giving you some basic info about the number 48. It can signify a big closure of events when you see all the energies accumulating and you know it's about to be over. Like this is the last stretch for you, or like this last bit, and then the chapter will be closed. It's like the final effort that you're taking right now before the big sigh of relief. Like, I did it. I'm done with it. Never again, perhaps, who knows? But I'm getting that the effort that you put into things will be rewarded when it's something that is in your genuine best interest. It's going to always work out for you, okay? I'm also getting you are creating balance between love and work, something like that. It's either maybe you have been putting a lot of work in making sure, you get the career going or you earn that money and that's good, or maybe you've only been looking at love and like giving yourself away to people. It's like there needs to be a balance. If you're like too far on either end of the spectrum, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to feel fulfilled, okay? So we're going to see what the tarot cards indicate for you. We're going to see what they have to say. All right. Let's start off with these. We've got the Page of Wands. Oh yeah, you guys were the only group to get 5 cards. I did 4 for all the other ones, but yours got 5. They all wanted to come out for some reason. We'll take a look as to why that is. We've got the Page of Wands, the card of Strength, the 10 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, and the World. That's very beautiful. And this is kind of like the scenario that I was talking about just now. I see you having an idea. Well, first of all, you're very ambitious, and that's good. I love you for that. Like, I see you having an idea and doing everything in your power to actually get it done and get it accomplished. I'm just like advising you not to, maybe if you're prone to burnout, not to overwork yourself. Also take time for yourself to relax, do some self-care. It's okay to take a day off or two when you need it. You're maybe kind of a perfectionist in this way where you always want to get things done either on time or just like perfectly, or just have this perfect vision of how everything should look in your mind. You have a lot of goals in your life, which is very, very attractive. And I do see you for the for like the first part, like focusing on your career here. We're talking big, we're talking about your entire future. And I'm going to say, for the first part here, you're going to establish yourself in the work field, if that makes sense. You're going to make sure that you're a well-established person that has their life together, that has a job that they love doing and that they like to work hard for. Because I see for you, work can quickly turn into a burden. You don't like working when you don't get anything out of it. Like when you do something that you're not truly aligned with, it can lead, as I said, to burnout, or just simply you losing all your marbles. You just simply don't like doing what you're doing. So that's why it's so important to find the kind of job that you're truly passionate about. And like when you genuinely find this career that you like, when you're genuinely working in a job that you're passionate about, you really pour your heart in and your soul into all of it. You could spend hours, days working on the project if you're truly into it. That's what I always like to say. So it's so beautiful to witness people, to observe people doing something that they love doing, because they will sacrifice so much of their time just for that, because they're passionate about it. And you are also finding this kind of niche that you're passionate about, where you would sacrifice so much of your time simply because it's fun to you. Okay, and it's like maybe you have this big hobby that you're actually able to turn into your career. It's like something that you do in your everyday life. For you, I don't really see it working any other way. You will never be happy in like a standard 9-to-5 job, or unless that is your true passion. And obviously you can be happy with that, but I see you will never be happy with this mundane office job or whatever this is. It's not gonna give you fulfillment. It's not gonna make you feel alive. It's gonna drain you. It's gonna make you feel like you're some sort of machine. I noticed that when I was in school and when I did all these assignments that I had no interest in. Like, it was draining me mentally and physically. So I mean, obviously, unless that is your passion, to sit on the computer for like 10 hours straight and do something like that, yes, then that is your passion, and that is what you're truly in love with doing, and that is what you're meant to do. But also, I want to remind you guys, do not waste or ignore your talents. We're all put into this world with special talents that no one can do as good as, or at least not a lot of people can do as good as we do. So we're meant to utilize. So if you're struggling with trying to figure out, I don't know what to do, think of what are you good at and what do you enjoy doing, and combine these two aspects, and you're going to have the secret key ingredient to your life and how you're supposed to live it, what you're supposed to do and earn money. And maybe you simply haven't thought about the possibility of turning your passion or your hobby into your work. Well, now it's about damn time to do so, because no matter what it is that you're truly passionate about, you are supposed to turn this into a career. That's the message that I have for you here. And maybe you're right now at a crucial point where you need to hear this, or where you're meant to decide this for you, or meant to find this out for yourself. Otherwise, I just don't see you feeling very fulfilled in life. I mean, you have free will, you can choose to do whatever you want, but even if you try and fail, it's still better than living all your life to wait until you're like 60 or whatever years old so you can retire. And then you're gonna feel like you just wasted your life. Well, congratulations. So like, it's up to you what you want to do. I get a message, it's never too late for a change, to do what you're passionate about, and you don't have to sacrifice it either. The good news is you don't have to sacrifice anything, because if you're passionate about something, you started out as a hobby, and then it can pick up and you can maybe turn it into a career. And that's how I see it with you guys. But you have to, I feel like, dedicate some more time to it. As long as you don't have a special talent and waste it, as long as you keep doing things in regards to this talent, as long as you keep this passion and the talent alive, you should be good to go. And I'm just sensing this opportunity. You'll be able to turn it into a career, okay, in the future. And for some of you guys, you're going to take it to the extreme because you keep working on a job that you don't like until you can't anymore. It's like this voice in your head is getting louder and louder. The passion is there and you just want to do something in regards to it. So it doesn't matter actually at what stage in your life you're currently at. This urge is going to grow stronger until you acknowledge it. You know what you want to do, but the step that you might be a little scared to take is to really fully embody this and do what you love doing the most. Maybe you don't know anyone who's done it this way before, like the way you would want to do it. Maybe you just don't have any examples. So let me tell you here, if no one's done it before, you can be the first one to do it, to make this dream come true. Whatever it is that you want to do. And other people, they are going to say, oh, that's impossible. Be more logical, be more realistic of what you want to do. You can choose to do so, but you know this dream is there and it is there for a reason, so that you can make it come true. I genuinely believe like every single person has a dream for a reason, but whether they make it come true or not is up to them. Okay, so that's all I can say to you, and the rest and what kind of actions you take and what you do, how much time you spend with doing things you don't like versus you do like, that's for you to decide. So I am then going to say, this is the way I see it. When you are truly aligned with your career first, and when you have kind of like established yourself this way, because I do see you guys, your career is your identity. So like, it's not that you go to work and you're a completely different person than you are in your day-to-day life. No, it's more like you go to work and that is who you are. And then you go home and that is like still who you are. Or maybe you don't really go to work. Maybe you can also work from different places and at different times, wherever you want. That's also another option. But it's like your work is sort of like your identity because it's aligned with your purpose. And it was never meant to be any differently. But the problem is that in society, not a lot of people do it this way. They would rather do something that is safe, but that they don't enjoy. So it's up to you. I'm not trying to like convince you any other way. This is just how I'm seeing the cards, okay? So then when you do have this figured out, your whole career and your whole identity, when you have established that, when you're genuinely secure in who you are, when you've put so much, it's a form of self-care, self-love, right? When you've put all that love to yourself, I do see you're going to make so many connections and you're going to be traveling around the world. Career and identity, I'm going to group them together because for you, it is sort of the same thing. Doing what you're meant to be doing, like doing what you love doing, you're going to be making so many meaningful connections, okay? This absolutely does not have to be limited to love connections. This is business connections with like-minded people, maybe people who are doing the same thing that you're doing. You never really had anyone who was doing the things that you wanted to do. You never knew anyone. So it's just so reassuring to meet people who are doing the same thing that you're doing, who have the same passion. And I do think you're going to be making friends for life. But in order to get to this stage, I feel like it's a very separate stage. It's like the desire is here at the beginning, then you have to put in the action, you have to pull through, even if it's hard. Trust me, nothing comes from one day to the next. You have to dedicate yourself to a certain something for months and years, maybe until you even see results. So yeah, sometimes for very lucky people, their dream works out right away, but with a lot of hard work, it is going to be possible to make yours come true as well. Because even if it does work out right away, you're going to have to work hard naturally for this dream to be able to be solid for you. Nonetheless, if it works out within 1 day or 1 week or 1 month or 1 year or 10 years, you're gonna have to work hard to sustain this. And the good thing is when you're so passionate about your work, it's not gonna be a problem at all. You're gonna love doing what you're doing. And it's like you're doing what you love most and you get paid for it. That's what I see with you guys, okay? That's how your career is meant to be. But the question is, do you have the guts to do it? The universe will be sending you an invitation, but are you willing to accept it and pull through? Are you going to keep living in your head saying, oh, that's nice, I wish I had a lot of money and I wish I could travel whenever I wanted, and I wish I could, saying travel because I'm seeing the world, and I wish I could meet great people that think like me because I'm seeing the Two of Cups. Well, you can. What's holding you back? It's like we all have to have some sort of a risky start, not knowing how it's going to end up. So it's up to you whether you're going to keep fantasizing about it or whether you're going to put the dream into action. If you have established yourself as a person, if you really know who you are, you're doing what you love doing, that's when you attract these people. And for some reason, I'm getting with whatever kind of like life that you're living, you're going to be seeing a lot of different places all over the world. For some of you guys, maybe you're having conferences like all over the world, or like important meetings with people, or you're just traveling there. Your job allows you to travel there. Maybe you even work in tourism, I'm not sure, or like you do something that involves traveling, or it's something that allows you to expand your own horizons, something that allows you to see what else is there beyond your little bubble, you know? Traveling is something that is so good for you. I see you, no matter what phase you're in, what decisions you make, traveling to a lot of different places in your future. For some reason now you're able to when you weren't before. I'm getting the message, for some of you guys, you're worrying about like financial issues. Like, I want to do so many things, but I don't have the money. Like, I can't afford it. I'm getting there will be ways to work around this. For example, let's think if you want to go to college, but it's expensive, you might get a scholarship, or like I'm seeing really good things happening to you. Or if you wanna travel but you don't have the money, you might win some sort of vacation. Like the universe is on your side. So if you have a desire for something, express it, and trust me, there will be a way for you. If it's truly in alignment with what you want, if it's a soul desire, there will be a way for this to work out. And the same way with your career, you will be able to turn your hobby into a career if you're dedicated and committed to it. Okay, so yeah, like all these opportunities for you, you're gonna find a way. You're gonna find a way to do them. You're gonna find a way to travel, even if it seems expensive. You're gonna find a way to meet like-minded people, even if it seems unlikely. Okay, all these things are gonna align for you, and it's gonna work out because you're meant to have these experiences in this lifetime. Okay, yeah, again, obviously could be you're meeting the love of your life along the way too, when you're truly doing what you want, what you love doing. But yeah, again, this is not limiting to love connections in any way. It's also about, you know, just like-minded people that think like you, that you have a great time with. So yeah, it could be friendship, it could be a cute romance, it could be a marriage for a lifetime, who knows? Be all of those things. Let's see. We've got a few more cards. We've got a win-win outcome is for cast. This is beautiful. And okay, let me just reveal these first. Be bold and make the first move and work through your fears. I'm genuinely seeing that you have a lot of business connections as well, like business relationships, where I feel like right now you're networking a lot. You meet people and you see, or maybe you have yet to realize, it's like every person you meet, you can get something out of them. Like it's beneficial to have them in your network, because you never know. If you know people from all different places in the world, if you know people from all different walks of life, how they might come in handy. I'm seeing, first of all, you sort of like have friends from all around the world and from all different walks of life too. I see you working together, networking with others, expanding like this circle, if that makes sense, expanding this. Be bold and make the first move. We're getting this card and I'm thinking it's sort of advice for you. Don't wait for things to happen to you. Take the action. If you like someone, tell them. What's the worst thing that can happen is they say, no, I don't like you. And so what? Life goes on. Like, as long as you don't put too much meaning to it, you should be able to do whatever you want. And tell, if you're enjoying something, tell the person. If you like something about someone, tell them. Yeah, I'm interpreting this like mostly as like, having interest in other people, but it could be anything. Like, maybe, who knows, even if a company's not really looking to hire anyone, if you're genuinely passionate about something and they will see that, they're not gonna care. Like, they're gonna wanna hire you. Maybe this is also a message, like if you're interested in a job, just let them know, or maybe like show up in person. It's always more effective than like a written letter. But it's like, when you do what you love doing, people are gonna notice this. And the opportunities are gonna come to you. People are gonna wanna hire you without even having any open job positions at the moment. They're just gonna wanna have you because you're so powerful. If you want something, express that desire, and you will notice when there is resistance or alignment. And if there's resistance, if it doesn't seem to work, if it doesn't seem to be meant to be, that's fine. You move on with your life, but it's better than not knowing what could have been. Okay, so if you like someone, if you want something, if you feel a certain way, express that and don't keep it to yourself, and you will see what the response is, and then you can act based on that and work through your fears. There's a lot of unnecessary worry. There's a lot of, oh well, what if it doesn't work out? What if I fail? Irrational, okay? You're not destined to fail. The universe, God, whoever you believe in, wants to see you succeed. Why would they want to see you fail? That's not the kind of life that you're meant to live. So what can I say? Go after what you're truly passionate about. Go after your desires and your passions, all of that, and your life is going to work out. If you still have maybe some trauma from past incidents, you can work on it. Let's say you've developed some kind of fear of dogs just because you were bitten once, or I don't know, any kind of example, like any kind of fear that developed because of a traumatic incident. I'm getting the message. You can work through it. Something that I'm hearing is a lot of you guys are going to do hypnotherapy or some sort of other therapy. Like, this is a message in general. If you're struggling like in any areas of your life, health-wise, seek help. There's so many people wanting to help you, and like maybe you're a little too embarrassed to talk about this with someone, or you think you're fine anyway when you could really use someone to listen to you and maybe help you out professionally. Then consult a doctor or someone who is going to be able to help you. Okay, work through those fears, whatever it is you might have. We've got the wake-up call, the earth magic, and the reflection. I'm being reminded of the law of mirroring. Everything is you, and the way you feel about your environment, that's exactly what reflects back to you. If you constantly in fear mode, if you feel scared, your environment, the people around you, the opportunities around you, they will respond to that way and trigger you even more. So I don't want to be the type of person who encourages toxic positivity. I do believe that, when you're not feeling good, there's a right for you to feel that way. But at the same time, I do want to let you know, if you always see the bad side of everything, how do you expect to succeed, in life? How do you expect to genuinely get your life together and see some progress if you're already programmed for failure? You know what I mean? Believe in the good of other people. Even if you've been hurt before, believe that there's good people out there, that there's good opportunities. If some things haven't worked out, so what? There's still, there's 7 billion people or 8 billion people, I don't know, in this world. And just because one of them hurt you, you shouldn't let that ruin your life, Move on, life goes on. That's the way I'm seeing it. I feel like if you're still living a sort of mundane life and you are destined for more, this desire is going to get bigger and bigger until you can't ignore it anymore. You're going to have this wake-up call. I can no longer live with myself like this. I have to change something. I have so many things that I want to do, but I'm not allowing myself to. And you're going to be changing this so you can finally experience what you're meant to experience. A lot of you guys are also in the future going to be more connected to nature, to animals and plants. Maybe some of you guys are turning vegan, vegetarian, or you're suddenly becoming environmentalist. That's also something that I'm seeing here for your future. It's just some aspect here that you just didn't really care as much in the past, or maybe don't care as much now in the present. You're going to see this changing a lot. You're going to be changing your lifestyle. It's going to be healthier a lot. Maybe even if this is just about you becoming a healthier person and deciding to work out when you were always oh well, I'm so lazy, I don't want to work out, or I don't want to eat healthy, I love fast food. There's a huge change of thinking here in your future where you genuinely realize, whoa, this is my responsibility, and Maybe you're gonna also have a wake-up call in regards to your health. Like you keep doing something now that you know is dangerous, but you're like, I don't care. I'm kind of live with the consequences, and that is until one day it hits you and it gets really, really bad, and then that's when you realize, I have to change something. I can no longer live like this. If this is maybe a dangerous addiction that you have, or a certain habit that keeps getting worse and worse, where maybe now in the present you can still live with it, but if this escalates, it's not bearable. You have to do something. I'm just gonna give an example. Like someone likes to eat and they just keep on gaining weight, and they gain weight and they gain weight, and it's gonna keep going on like this until you have the wake-up call. Hey, wait, I'm obese. I need to do something. That's just an example, but like if you can observe any habits in your life that are prone to escalate in the future, you can take the right steps now, or you can wait until you hit the rock bottom and you realize, okay, I can't go on like this. I need to change something. Because for some of you guys, these habits are cutting into your freedom, are cutting into your free will. Like this is getting to a point where you're no longer able to control your life. So then that's where it gets dangerous. Okay, so I just want you guys to believe in the best of your abilities. Your body can also heal itself. And however, obviously, like if you need to talk about things with someone, if you need therapy, please do so and seek therapy and talk with a professional about all these kinds of things. They're here to help you. They're here to be there for you. Now I'm going to ask what kind of aspect is going to be very, very important, or what kind of thing is going to be very, very important in this person's future. 48. A dog, pleasure with a close friend, and a yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated. Okay, so this seems to be a part of your future. I mean, nothing's set in stone, so this might be like a little warning. If you feel frustrated with something already and you don't take any action to make it better, it's only gonna get worse, okay? So if you are struggling with anything and you're still ignoring it, it's only gonna get worse, okay? I don't want that to scare you, but that's just the way it is. So maybe you can do something now or maybe you can start, going back to where you came from instead of losing yourself even more. So the dog can also have many meanings. So I'm thinking, a lot of you, it's that kind of specific message. A lot of you are gonna blur like the line between friendship and romance. Maybe some of you guys have a very good friend that is gonna turn into a romance. I won't lie. Or you're gonna have a lot of friends with benefits, or maybe one friends with benefits, or multiple, if that is something that you like. Or it just simply means, like, literally there's a dog in your life that's gonna have a big influence on you. It's gonna be a big part of your life. So maybe some of you guys are also going to be adopting a dog into your life. Or if that's something that you've been wanting to do, you're gonna strike up a very intense friendship with a dog. Okay, I'm gonna get one more. I feel called to getting one more. What's a key element of this person's future? What is a key element of this person's future? The cup. You should accept valid criticism. All right. Okay, good. Maybe that's also something that you need to hear if you are someone who thinks they always know everything, or you always have it under control. Maybe that's also the reason why you don't want to seek therapy for something, or why you don't want to seek help. It's okay to not know everything. I just want to say it. You can only heal when you realize, when you actually acknowledge that there's something wrong with you. Because if you keep lying to yourself, saying everything's fine, you cannot heal. That's a message that I'm getting. Differentiate between hate and criticism. Like sometimes people just say things because they genuinely don't like you. They just wanna see you down. But then it seems to be, according to this, that there's also a lot of times in your life where people genuinely want to offer their help, or when people that maybe know a little bit more than you genuinely just want to offer a helping hand, and you're like, no, I have it all together. I don't need any help. Like, you even take it as an offense when people try to like help you, when it's not the way that it is at all. You learn how to cooperate with people. That's what your future is all about. because this whole networking is going to be a huge part of your future. You're no longer going to be, I'm fine by myself, I can do everything by myself. You're going to appreciate when people can help you, okay? You no longer see it as an attack on yourself when someone suddenly wants to help you with something, like you can't do it. No, just because someone wants to help you doesn't mean you couldn't do it by yourself. Just accept the help and say thank you. Whether that is actual help or it is just an advice that they have for you, you can say, okay, thank you for telling me that. I'll take it into consideration. But yeah, obviously, you will know when something and someone is genuine and when someone is not. We're going to end this reading with a little advice for you. We're going to ask, what can group 48 do for their future? That's pretty cute. That's pretty accurate. New experiences and possibilities, okay? If you don't put yourself out there, if you don't expand your social circle, that's a big thing that I was seeing. Where do you expect the opportunities to come from, you know? If you like expand your network and if you're like getting to more events, that's what I'm getting. That's what you can do. Go just you know, when you have a passion, go to social events involving this passion, or maybe there's courses or meetups in your city. There's so many opportunities, okay, for you to like explore your passions, and you're meant to take them, even if it's scary, okay? You're gonna meet so many like-minded people. So that's something you should definitely do. You are so confident and you can talk to anyone you want and express your views, express your desires to anyone you want. It's like either you've always been this way, or you're working to become this way, or you're like genuinely like overcoming some sort of social anxiety. But like this future version of yourself is just thanking you for taking all the steps, for pushing yourself beyond your limit, for doing experiences that made you feel uncomfortable at first, but they were so worth it. So yeah, your future self is saying thank you. So yeah, I hope you resonated with this reading, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you did enjoy, let me know down below what pile you chose. Give the video a like, thumbs up, and if you want my videos in your feed, consider subscribing. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Hey there, if you chose the last pile, or number 13, or this beautiful little crystal, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what it is. It looks like a clear quartz with a little bit of an edge. So if you know, you can let me know down below. We're going to see, I'm going to give you this assessment of where you're currently at in your life and what your future life is looking like. Great. So first of all, based on the number 13, usually it's a unlucky number in a lot of cultures, but I do think this might be here to show you that you can overcome any sort of tragedy, any downfall. You're gonna get up again. I mean, think of it this way. You're still alive here listening to me talk. So whatever's already happened to you, whatever kind of hardship you've gone through, you've survived. And just the same way, you're gonna survive everything that's coming up. I know this might be a little harsh message to start, but it's like, it kind of reminds me of this quote: a queen or a king, whatever case it is, can fall down unlimited amount of times, but they always pick up their crown, get back up, and keep walking. And that's what it's like with you. It's like no matter what kind of challenges life throws at you, you're always gonna withstand. You're always gonna survive. And I don't know what tarot cards we're gonna get, so maybe this is gonna make sense if we reveal what they are. So let's see. I'm gonna start off with these, and we have the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, that Star, and the Queen of Cups. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it this way. Your destiny is pretty much in your hands. Your success kind of depends on how much work you put in and how much you are willing to, in a way, sacrifice or simply just work for it. Because everyone has a dream, but for you, you know, it's not going to be just handed to you, gifted to you. I think maybe this is a theme that you've been having throughout your entire life. Like nothing's been handed to you. You had to work for everything. that you have. And this is kind of like your life's theme a little bit, I would say, to work hard for what you want, and in the end you can have it. So this could either mean that you're going to be self-employed, and I'm saying that because I'm seeing your success fully depends on your effort. Like, some of you guys, you are going to be very, very wealthy. You're going to have a lot of money, a lot of freedom, pretty much everything that you want, but it only comes with hard work and effort. You don't have to be self-employed. This could also mean that you just keep on climbing the career ladder year after year, and it's like you are evolving as a person, okay? And becoming more successful every single year. I see you as a very determined individual that is able to fully integrate new habits that are going to benefit them into their day-to-day life. You have a strong sense of willpower, and I am gonna say, if you really truly want something, you always get it. And that's because you are so determined. You never lose hope. You keep on trying and trying. It's like, for you guys, I'm thinking you're on a huge road of self-improvement and like becoming the best version of yourself. And I won't lie, a lot or most of the focus these upcoming years is gonna be on yourself, just like becoming the ideal person that you've always wanted to be. And a lot of this is in relation to like your career and your identity and what you do, what it is that you preach to others, and becoming authentic and all of that. And it's might not be an easy road for you, but you have all the tools that you need to make this work, to make this a success. You have the belief, you have faith, which is the strongest asset that you can have. You are an optimist, which is good. You know that with the right amount of work, your dreams are going to come to fruition. So either you are, or you are about to become a very positive person that can see like the good in every situation. And I won't even lie, maybe this is part of your purpose and part of your soul contract. I don't know if there's a lot of challenges in your life that are rough to navigate, but you always come out on top. And number 13 and even the Queen of Cups, they remind me a lot of like compassion and seeing the good in every situation. No matter if it might be masked as like a disaster, you can see that you can learn something from it and that you can take away something positive from it. Like, you can see the good in every situation. If it's not inherently good, you can see it as a lesson and see how it benefits you and how you can take away something from that. A lot of you guys are becoming more emotionally stable, because I think this is, the older you get, this has something to do with age and maturity for you guys. I just see you becoming a lot more mature than you were in the past. And this is also going to help you when choosing a partner or when you are with your partner. I see a lot of maturity in that. Like, there's so many superficial things that you used to care about that really no longer matter to you. And you are evolving a lot mentally. And for some reason, I'm getting this is also related to like your relationships and the way you look for love and what you look for in a partner. Those values change a lot. It's either that they change or that they start to emerge. Like, if you used to be someone that would get with just anyone, then this is a sign, okay, you're gonna have a lot of standards, it's not really about being picky. It's just about knowing exactly what you want from a partner and whatnot. And this has to do with you having made so many experiences. Now you know exactly what works for you and what doesn't. I don't know why I'm just getting this random message, like a lot of you guys are overcoming your laziness, or if you've been putting something off for so long because you were scared of it or because you didn't feel like doing it, now's the time where you just start doing it and you realize, hey, it's not so bad after all. Or even just like maybe, hey, why didn't I do this sooner? Like, I procrastinated about this for so long. That was so unnecessary. Like, I could have had this kind of life way sooner. I knew it was right for me, but I never decided to take the chance. But that's okay. Okay, you learned some experiences along the way, and now you're ready for this kind of life, whatever it might be. So let's reveal some more cards. We've got Surrender to the Divine, Full Moon. Your hard work is paying off, New Moon in Capricorn, and a new romantic cycle begins, New Moon in Libra. Yeah, it kind of just gives us more details on what we already talked about. So first of all, you're just getting a lot more relaxed and a lot less scared about what's about to happen. Like, just take it into consideration. Everything that has happened, no matter how bad it might have been, you survived it. And just like that, you're going to survive everything that's coming up. I know it's the second time that I'm saying this, but I just want to illustrate for you guys how worrying doesn't really help you at all, or being scared of the future doesn't help you at all. Because think about like how many of those fears that you had were even relevant in the situation when it actually happened. Not a lot. A lot of it is just us worrying about things that never are going to take place that way anyway. So I just see you like in the future becoming more stable, more secure in who you are in your life, and less controlling. And you are really able to see people for who they are. And that's the beauty. You're going to realize people are so different. Every single human is different, and you can genuinely enjoy experiences. And even if you guys don't match, that's good too. Because again, you learn something from everyone you meet. And yeah, that's the kind of things I'm feeling here. Your hard work is paying off. So yeah, for some reason, your success fully depends on this hard work. Okay? Nothing's gonna be just served to you. You're gonna be very successful if you put the work in. You might as well just stay on the couch all day and do nothing. That's fine. But you're not gonna see any success in your life either. So think about, what is your purpose? What did you come here for? What do you want to achieve in your life? And then what are the right steps to take in order to achieve that? And I can guarantee the support will be there. For you, things are just seeming to like work effortlessly. If it's truly meant for you, it's just going to work out for you. You're going to have the support, but you need to put the action in. And this is also rather interesting. A new romantic cycle begins. I just feel like in whatever way you used to approach dating, that is now over. I've already talked about this a little bit, but you just seem to have, or at least in this future reference point that we're talking about, you just seem to have a brand new approach to dating. Like, different things are important to you now than they used to be in the past. And you're looking for different things, like or something that might have been important to you, you don't care about anymore, or something that you never considered in the past, now all of a sudden it's very, very important for you. Qualities that a person should have. So it's like through all these experiences that you've had, you just know who you are and what you want. That's pretty much what I'm seeing. And with this mindset, you're going to be living your future life. Yeah, I do see a lot of you guys are going to be very successful. You're going to, I feel like, overachieve. Like, you're going to get a lot more than you ever thought. And that is because of this kind of attitude. Like, you just seem to have this great flow when it comes to your work, your passions, your careers, that allows you just keep up climbing this career ladder. Like, you get better and better every year, and you're going to be very, very successful with this. And it's also, I have to say, because you're doing something that you truly enjoy doing, that you truly love, that is really meant for you. And that way it allows you to grow, it allows you to get better every single year. You're learning so much, you never get tired. From this point on, I feel like you've dedicated your life to something, as silly as it might be something very specific. I'm getting like, is there kind of project that you're dedicating your entire life to, and you're actually going to be committed to this kind of lifetime project. When it comes to your romantic relationships, you're going to have so many new experiences. Maybe some of you guys have taken a break from dating for a while, and as soon as you put yourself out there again, it's not going to be the same, because you are a completely different person. You have rebranded yourself, you have reinvented yourself, and based on that, you're going to attract so many different people. I do feel like you're genuinely attracting people that are in alignment with what you want and with who you are, that understand you, that get you. Yeah, the mutual interest is there. So this is the result of you doing all this self-work, self-care, maybe not being social for a while. That's okay, because now is the time to put yourself out there again. So we've also got, you guys, you got 4 different oracle cards. All the other groups just got 3. So we've got the clouds that talk about shape shifting, the volcano is about volatility, and the lake about stillness. Yeah, I remember this one. I had to laugh because it's two polar opposites. It's like you're balancing a lot of action and a lot of rest and celebration, dance. It's very cool. So maybe some of you guys are dancers, or dance is like a big part of your life, or the way you like to express yourself. In your future, there's going to be many things to celebrate and many achievements, many accomplishments, many milestones. For some reason, I'm getting like I have this vision of like a to-do list, or like 100 things I want to do before I die, or it's like you are falling in love with life again a little bit, and you have this list, or maybe you should create a list or like a mood board or something of your goals so you can really keep track of them. And this is going to help you in achieving them. If you see, okay, this is what I still want to do, this is where I still want to get to. And I'm just hearing the word milestones, like in your future, in the next few years, so many of these milestones will be like ticked off your list, like crossed off your list, like, yes, yep, did this, did that. And yeah, it's like, it's a big list though. Like there's so many things. If you don't know a lot of what you want to do, I see that in the future you're gonna get so many different ideas of what you want to do, where you want to go. It's like you fall in love with life all over again. And some of you guys might get into dancing. I don't know, that's just what I'm getting. You're balancing very turbulent phases of your life with very still phases. So your life is actually never boring. It's going to be filled with excitement. And at the same time, you're also going to be retreating when you need to. I'm seeing no one can shut you up anymore. Like you have an opinion that you're going to express, that you're no longer scared of expressing. That is maybe if you grew up not being allowed to speak your mind, or constantly being told, yeah, you're wrong, maybe by people that were older than you. But I just see you becoming a real force to be reckoned with. People genuinely want to hear your opinion. They genuinely want to hear what you have to say. They might even consult you for what you have to say, or like for your advice, or just to talk to you in some sort of way because you're very smart. So yeah, like if you're studying about something, you might be having clients in the future, or like people just like booking appointments with you and just wanting to come to you for something, for your advice, or whatever it is. Maybe you're a doctor, I don't know, or a therapist, or I don't know, or is it even a tarot card reader? Like people they just want to hear what you have to say. You know, there's something important that you have to say, and that's what they come to you for. Okay, last but not least, just looking at this card, shape-shifting, I'm also getting some more information here, okay? There might be some aspect that you don't like about yourself, or like that you really wish people didn't see about you, or you don't want to be seen in a certain way by people. Well, let me tell you, you can change anything, okay? Anything about you that you don't like, you can change. Again, here, everything in your life is fully under your control. If you want to be seen a certain way by people, you can do the action so that they will. So if you don't like your weight, you can lose weight or gain weight. It just all depends on your effort. Like there's so many things that you can change only if you put some work in. So if you don't like the way that you dress, get new clothes. If you don't like your hair, then change it. Like whatever it is that is making you so unhappy, you can change that. It is fully transformable. If you don't like that you're so shy all the time, well, then put yourself out there. It's like there's a big change in who you are coming up, and whatever you're not happy with, you're just changing it. You can just ask yourself what you don't like about yourself and how you can change that. And then as long as you stay committed to this transformation, you're going to be a brand new person. All of us, we have this ideal version of ourselves inside our head, but we don't realize that we can just take on the role of this person. And with every action that we do, we can ask ourselves, well, what would my ideal self do in this moment? How would my ideal self go about this? And you're realizing all these things that you want to be, they're already part of you. You just need to embrace them. I don't know, a lot of you guys are just shifting in some way, like you're shifting to the ideal version of yourself that you've always wanted to be. And You're going to be shocked at how easy that actually is. If you don't like a part of yourself, then just work on getting rid of that part and become the version of yourself that you want to be seen as by other people. And yeah, it is a commitment that you're going to be taking in the future. It's really on working on yourself and becoming the best version of yourself, shifting into that, becoming that kind of person that you want to be. At the same time, working on your ventures, on your businesses, on your career, climbing up this career ladder. And because you know yourself so much better now than you used to, or like at that point, than maybe now, you're going to be attracting many beautiful things towards you. You're going to be attracting like-minded people. Imagine it like this. If you can't even love yourself for some things, like how should someone else? Like, doesn't it make sense you're going to attract the perfect person for you when we're talking romantically only when you love yourself? Like when you are happy with yourself? Because if you're not happy with yourself, how is someone supposed to find that attractive? All right, now I'm going to ask, what are some of the key elements in this person's future? Number 13. Handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. Okay, so strangers that you meet are gonna be of great importance and significance in your future. So I'm getting the message, say yes more often. Obviously trust your gut instinct, but if you get a random offer from someone and you have a good feeling about it, and it's just maybe this little bit of you that's scared of this opportunity, just say yes. You never know where it's going to take you, network, meet people, and you never know where it could take you and what they could offer you. So what else is going to be important in this person's future? Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Okay, so that's a kind of like an add-on to what we just said. I feel like you can read people very well. So if you believe someone has the wrong intentions, if someone's being arrogant or, just wants to use you for something, then, that's not really an opportunity that's meant for you. But you genuinely never know what's going to happen when you just say yes to more opportunities. I believe some of you guys could be going on some meetings, whether that's like romantically or business, where you don't really expect anything, or maybe you're even expecting it not to work, but then it ends up being the opposite. Like you get along so great with that person, or you think it's actually a great deal that you're making there. And so yeah, I'm just like saying, keep your options open. You can read people very well, but when you feel like, why not, then just say yes and just see where it takes you. And the worst case is that it doesn't work out, and then at least have your answer. Okay, I'm gonna get you one more. What's another key element in this person's life? Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. So another little add-on, don't be scared. If someone doesn't have the right intentions, you're gonna know you're protected from them. And the universe is going to make it very, very clear. Sometimes people just disappear from our lives and we never get any closure. We never really know why, what happened. That's because God hears the conversations that you don't hear. So you don't need to question it when someone's not in your life anymore for whatever reason. That's okay. You never know what went on behind the scenes, and it's probably better this way. Yeah, if something doesn't go your way, if you don't get that job, if you don't get the date with them, or if they don't end up liking you, if they ghost you, whatever happens that's out of your control, that you feel a little sad about, think about it this way. Everything happens for a reason, and this sort of rejection or failure, or whatever way you see it, it also happened for a reason, to protect you from something bigger. All right, now last but not least, we're gonna get you some advice. Let's ask, what kind of steps can this person take? What kind of steps can this person take for their future? Number 13. You're worth it, and a fresh approach. So be assured that comparing yourself to other people, that's the worst thing you can do. You are so valuable, and the only person you should compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. Because other people, They have their own struggles. They have they're going their own path. And it doesn't make sense to compare yourself to them. You know, you can't really compare a turtle with a rooster either, because they're just way too different. And more so, you have this very, very fresh approach. A lot of your values have changed over the last few years. That's what I'm strongly getting when it comes to what you want out of people, maybe out of a job, what it should provide for you. Like, you have raised your standards. So congratulations, like you have become a queen or a king. And that's very good to see. So yeah, you're just someone who knows what they want, but you should also hold yourself responsible for the action that you put into your work, because that's going to determine your success. For some reason, you have a lot of freedom here, a lot of choice. Like, I don't know what kind of job you will have, but it leaves you with a lot of freedom and a lot of responsibility. Like, no one cares if you're not going to do it. You're just not going to see any success, or maybe you're just not going to see any money. So that's the thing here with you. So you really have to hold yourself accountable here, or responsible, whatever the right word is. And you are worth it. So yeah, I dare you never ever think less of yourself than what you actually are. And I'm also being called to tell you one more thing. Maybe that's going to motivate you or inspire you, but because that's what I always like to think. When you meet someone for the very first time, they know nothing about you. They do not know your dark past, your history, all your failures. And in the same way, they don't know about all your successes. They literally don't know anything about you. The kind of opinion that they form on you is fully based on what you show them and the kind of person that you are. So you are fully responsible of how people see you. So if you want to be seen as a certain somebody that is confident, that has it all together, then just show them that side of you, because they don't know you. They don't know anything about you. Or if you're someone who constantly like downplays yourself, and you say, oh, I suck, I can't do it. I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm not good enough. Well, guess what? If that's exactly the first thing that you show to other people, then they will perceive you that way. But they don't know you, so you have the power to show them whatever you want and be the person that you want to be. This works so perfectly with people that don't know you, because you can show them any version of you that you decide to, okay? If you decide to play the victim, then they're gonna see you as a victim. If you want to be the strong, confident, highest version of yourself, then they're also gonna see you this way, okay? Maybe some of you guys found it helpful, because that's what I always like to think. And yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for being here today. If you enjoyed the reading, please leave a thumbs up and comment down below what pal you chose. If you want to see my future videos in your feed, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And goodbye, guys. Have a great rest of the day.